on the theme of my perspective on the future of the healthcare. And this presentation is a part of RSU 111 in an international cluster. Okay, first of all, today I would like to welcome Associate Professor Suchada Manit to give an opening speech for our presentation. Please clap your hands for her.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to be brief, but first of all, please allow me to congratulate you to be able to enter the dental medicine department, dental medicine institution, which is considered one of the best dental medicine institute in Asia. Okay, if you look into the rating on the website, it's highly rated. So you are so lucky that your parents and yourself have chosen the right institution. In 6 years, you're going to graduate and you're going to be the future doctor of dentistry. That's cool. But what you're going to face? What you're going to face the future. The future is very exciting, and the future will be full of challenges. A lot of them are unexpected. So you've got to be prepared for that. And it's going to be diverse. It's going to be unexpected. And you will need to rethink. You will need to, develop your critical thinking skill. And luckily, you are not alone. If you're lucky, you won't be working alone by yourself. You're going to be working with others, with the people who are your senior, people who are your junior, people who are assistant, people who are nurses, and a lot of them. You have to learn the trick of working with other people. So that's something you have to learn. And you have to understand them, develop compassion, the ability to understand how they feel, what they feel. And if you pitch at the right spot, your future will be much easier than much more exciting than you would have thought. And that is the business of RSU 111, okay? And I have to congratulate you. I can't wait to see your project presentation. I have to congratulate your teachers, your instructor, your mentors, and everyone who are here. Okay, I cannot wait to see your project presentation. I think it's going to be cool. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much, Ajahn Suchada, for your welcoming speech.
1 minute.
Yep. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, now before we move on our presentation, I would like you guys to see a rubric again. And I think all of you knew it already. Okay, the total scores is 30 points, and which consists of 6 parts, which are presence, language skills, organization, mastery of the subject, visual aids use, and overall impression. So I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, now, so are you ready for our presentation? Are you guys ready? Yes or no? Okay, so let's move to our first group, which is Khayok Mo Priya from Sec 90, RSU 111 Sec 93. Okay, please welcome them on the stage.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paradon Kachankitkoson, and today our group will be presenting you about our perspective on the future of healthcare. Next slide, please. Here is the member of our group. All right. As you have known, in the past several years, we have had it rough with COVID-19 disease, which is considered as a new disease at the time. But as we fought the disease, we can also see that there are many improvements in the utilities, transportation, and in the field of healthcare services too. Many technological advancements were made at that time. With all detail aside, technologies, that is what our group will be focusing on today. Introducing you, Da Vinci, a robotic assistance system for surgical. And now, our group member will inform you about Da Vinci, how it operates, and the benefit it has offered to us. Please give them warm welcome and applause.
The Da Vinci surgical system is a robotic surgical system that uses a minimally invasive surgical approach. It's used for prostatectomy surgery, which is a surgery that removes some part or all of the parts of the prostate gland in gentlemen. And it's also used for cardiac valve repair, which is the surgery for our cardiac repair. And it's also used for renal and gynecologic surgical procedure, and many more such use. The robotic Da Vinci surgical robots is contained three significant parts. The first one is the surgical console, which is the part for the doctors who perform their surgery and control all of the performance. And the second part is the patient care, is the patient card, which is it will standing alongside the patient bed, and it will help the surgeons. It will have the small camera to inspect all of the patient's anatomy, and it will be controlled by the doctor in the console. The third one is the vision card. This will help the doctor communicate with the vision card. It helps to make the communication between the vision impossible. The next topic to be discussed will be the working principle and the benefit of this Da Vinci surgical system. It will be presented by Ms. T. Jutha and Ms. Jin Jutha.
Okay, now let me talk about the working principle of how the Da Vinci surgical system works. Throughout the robotic surgery, the surgeon has to sit at the special console near the patient and the surgical team. The surgeon have to work with the robotic system. They have to work together by placing the robot at the most ideal position for the procedure and strategy placing the robotic arm. And there will be a very small camera and dime-sized surgical instrument placed inside the patient through the tiny incision. And the magnetic 360 image will be provided by the camera to the surgeon. The surgeon will be control the system by using the hand and foot on the control panel to ensure that the surgical instruments are positioned correctly. There will be the surgical technician positioned at the operating table too. And additionally, about the patient safety, there will be safety staff to assist the anesthetic provider and keep an eye on the patient for the requirement and safety of the patient.
And the last topic for the benefits of our technology or the Da Vinci surgical system, they can reduce the possibility of post-operative issues such as infection, pneumonia, and also atelectasis. Ensure the patient's safety during the operation while avoiding any human error that might have happened. And also allow us to operate precisely in any operation that requires high precision. We can operate more quickly and do operations in less time thanks to the equipment. Less bleeding occurs during surgery, reduce the signal wound infection. And lastly, it can help reduce pain after the surgery. Thank you for your attention. I hope this information and knowledge can make benefits for you and have a nice day. Thank you.
Okay, you have done so well for our first group with Kayot Mopia. Okay, so Kayot Mopia, please take a break downstairs. Okay, and okay, now we're gonna move on to our second group, which is ชายชะกันเรียนทันตะ section 92. Okay, where's ชายชะกันเรียนทันตะ? Okay, please welcome them on the stage ค่ะ
Mic test. สวัสดีครับ We are from Sec 92. Today we're presenting about prosthetics organs. Our group consists of 6 members, but today only 3 of us are presenting, and one of us is turning the slides. First, my name is Padaponjung Wenjatam.
My name is Walipiya Sathit. My name is Pawali Siri Vimonwan.
My name is Arihat Sangduang.
So, as we know, there are many people who have disabilities. For example, they lost their limbs, they got shot in a war. But in this case, we're talking about people who have disabilities about losing their limbs. Prosthetics is made for people who have disabilities to help them with their daily life tasks. For example, picking up things, holding things, etc. There are many prototypes of prosthetics in the period of history. But in Thailand, technology is not developed enough to have a certain technology. So we kind of stole it from the West. So let's hear from Powerit.
In Thailand, prosthesis development of artificial organ doesn't have much historical evidence, but there are some evidence that this subject has been touched by adopting technology from the West 50 years ago. These artificial organs are made from local material by the local people in outback area. Border area and battlefield are lots of potential that has been made biological for assemble leg prosthesis. The prosthesis and accessory features on this page are parts of the evolution. The first leg prosthesis is made for patients with disability who have amputation above the knee level. This technique of manufacture leg prosthesis are most used during the World War II. In year 1957, leg prosthesis changed the material to plastic and aluminum because of its weight and durability, but the look of the prosthesis still don't look natural. This for people began to discourage the materials to make people who wear it feel comfortable while going outside. Give to Aritat.
MIT, or the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, has just released the latest advanced biomechatronics. You may ask, what is biomechatronics? Biomechatronics is a technology that combines biology and mechanical engineering and technology together to study or research a certain technology, which in this case is researching about artificial organs. Arm prosthetics. Arm prosthetics has a similar material and structure to the leg prosthetics. So therefore, we're not going to talk about how it was produced, about the history of it, because it was made the same time as the leg prosthetics. The present arm prosthetics currently is a device that allows the wearer to move freely and is made by the 3D printer, but it was made from plastic. So it's quite rough on the hand. So therefore, the price of the arm prosthetics is quite expensive because it's made from plastic, and plastic is not commonly used in the biology kind of field. The price will differ around the function of the arm prosthetics. It will be around 60,000 to above $1 million baht from our research.
Future arm prosthetic cyborg, as we know them from movie or television, show they are the human as some parts of their body replaced with an electronic. Human in real life took it as a concept and try to make it possible. In 2018, there is a report that prosthetic arm that you can control by your mind. We call it mind-control prosthetic arm. This invention was created by Johns Hopkins from Applied Physical Laboratory. The prosthetic are implants directly to the bone, but this invention was still side down because it can't make contact with water, and some daily life tasks is impossible to do it. For example, diving, swimming, all those. This invention was still in progress. In the future, we think people with disability will live like others with their prosthetic limbs.
So, finally, our team opinion. In our opinion, we think that in the future, there will be more better and more prosthetics invention. For example, it could be made out of whoever knows carbon fiber, like made of air. Things like that could happen in the future. And the people with disabilities will live better from their arm prosthetics and leg prosthetic and etc. So therefore, we think that prosthetics is, it is it helps the people with disabilities a lot in their life without living with concern. Like, oh no, I don't have an arm, I don't have a leg, my life will live worse, I will look bad in society. In the future, I think that people with disabilities will be normal in our society. So, thank you for listening and watching our presentation. Thank you.
Okay, you've done so well ชายชะกันเรียนทันตะ Okay, and now we're gonna move to our third group, which is ตัวแม่มาแล้ว Please welcome them on the stage ค่ะ
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, our group going to talk about my perspective on the future of healthcare. What will the future of healthcare look like when services are not just at the hospital? Actually, healthcare can be anywhere based on the concept of anywhere, anytime, and any place. Currently, there are more specialized healthcare centers such as surgical hospital and heart hospitals. There is also senior living, where residents must be over 50 years old only. When there is a problem, there will be a doctor to take care of them. And there is a medical technology to treat the patient without hospitalization. Another thing that can be help patients and improve patient care is using technologies to measure the oxygen, pressure, ECG, and body mass index of the patients that can be viewed by using technologies and send information to AI nurse to help diagnose as well. Future medicine is the adoption of new medicine technology to facilitate people. The technologies that are expected to change or influence medical devices in the future include
AI or artificial intelligence ability to provide patients with information to healthcare professionals as soon as they need. It also helps to plan patient-centered treatment by incorporating AI into the diagnosis. Medical robot serve to help in various operations. Medical staff can work more efficiently.
In the future, customer-centric will be a format that is widely used by a medical organization. Medical-centric is a system where the customer is the domain priority of the treatment. Patient privacy in the future will be more secure. The clinic is expanding to make it easier for patients to access of treatment. Moreover, AI will be used aimed at treatment patients to reduce the workforce of the doctor. And the system will have to be 100% accurate. But the result will be confirmed by the doctor or the medical staff because it is the responsibility. Also, AI can help reduce the human error caused by the unpreparedness of the doctor.
Telemedicine. Telemedicine involves the use of electronic communication and software to provide clinical service to patients without an in-person visit. Telemedicine technology is frequently used for follow-up visit, medication management, specialist consultation, and a host of other clinical services that can be provided remotely via secure video and audio connections. Application. First step, patient can contact primary care personnel for treatment at home. Next, place to make an appointment for a date and time for preliminary consultation with a doctor. If patient had a bad symptom, the app will send an emergency login as soon as they confirm.
Benefits for patient: 1. Less time away for work. 2. No travel expense or time. 3. Privacy. Benefits for provider: 1. Increase revenue. 2. Improve office efficiency. 3. Better patient follow. 2. And improve health outcomes.
Next one is radiology. This can help highlight area of interest on a scan to a radiologist to drive efficiency and reduce human error. There is also opportunity for fully automated solution to automatically read and interpret a scan without humans. Patient risk identification by analyzing vast amounts of historic patient data. AI solutions can provide real-time support to clinicians to help identify at-risk patients. By 2030, AI will assess multiple sources of data to reveal patterns in disease, aid treatment, and care. Healthcare system will be able to predict and individuals' risk of patients' disease and suggest preventive measures. AI will help reduce waiting time for patients and improve efficiency in hospital and health system. And we believe that healthcare, including artificial intelligence, will need to be more developed in the future. Thank you for your guys' attention.
Okay, that's a great idea for ตัวแม่มาแล้วนะคะ Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. You've done a great job. You have done a great job. Okay, now we move on the fourth group, which is สี่สหายคล้ายจะเป็นลมนะคะสี่สหายคล้ายจะเป็นลม Okay, please welcome them on stage ค่ะ
สไลด์ไม่เจอครับปัญหาในกลุ่มเรา
Hello everyone. In this era of technology, many things are developed rapidly to meet the needs of people. And this is our perceptions of how our healthcare field will turn out to with the help of technology in the future.
We agree that robotic technology will play a major role in the healthcare fields, such as mobile robots. It refers to We agree that robotic technology will play a major role in the healthcare fields, such as mobile robots. It performs various tasks through our clinic while traveling along a ride. Autonomous robots is controlled by technologies remotely. Autonomous robots, on the other hand, are controlled by technologies remotely. Surgical assistant robots are designed to enhance existing surgical treatment by reducing mistakes. The sample case of robotic technology is for aging society, which makes it more stable.
The improvement of technology for healthcare has become hope for humanity. In some cities, equality collapsed due to several reasons, such as the spread of viruses and parasites. So it is hard for people, especially in remote areas, to access the healthcare system. There are not enough medical personnel for everyone. Some populations who are left out have to spend a lot of time and money to be cured. Therefore, we think that if the technological tools for medicine were invented, people will be able to get the treatment easier. For example, the government can distribute the devices for telemedicine to outbacks. These devices can reduce difficulties for seeing doctors, so people in those places can receive the treatment as well as people in the city. As a result, health equity will grow higher and higher in our society. Because of this, we think that if the healthcare will be available for everyone all over the world in the future.
In the future, we can predict the disease from genetics by using advanced computer. Scientists are adding together of variant genetics from blood bank and given disease associated with a given disease, what is called polygenetic score. Polygenetic score is one of the factors that will get involved. The influence that each genetic variant exerts on a person. Disease lives may be a minute, but by the distill of this complex genetic information into the single number will quantify a genetic risk of disease. Recently, it was shown that polygenetic score can predict the risk of the disease. The hope is that your personalized polygenetic score can help you to prevent the disease, live longer, and plan for your future.
Here comes to the last part, genetic engineering. First of all, genetic engineering is an organic genetic modifications of a specimen's gene using biotechnology. Although genetic engineering may not play a big role in our societies nowadays, we agree that it would certainly be one of the game changers in the upcoming years. The goal of genetic engineering in the healthcare field is to elevate human suffering. Since our spiral DNA contains sufficient subjects for everything from conception until all death, genetic engineering results will routinely provide us with important instructions about the patient's health. For instance, genetic engineering analysis could tell us more about the conditions precisely, which could lead to a more appropriate treatment. It could also prognose and provide a reliable prediction about the damage that the patient with condition is likely to be. Lastly, once scientists figured out what DNA sequences cause the disease, any people could be tested to see if they are at risk of developing that disease later in their life. And then that group of people could take a preventive medicines or change to a healthier lifestyle to prevent the growing disease. And thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.
Okay, your work is really excellent with สี่สหายคล้ายจะเป็นลม Okay, thank you so much จะเป็นลมแล้ว Okay, so let's move on to the fifth group, which is No 1 รังสิต No 1 รังสิต Okay, please welcome them onto the stage ค่ะ
ค Good afternoon, everyone. We know Ng Langsit will talk about future healthcare career, which is geriatrician. In our perspective, geriatrician will become more popular, but what is geriatrician? Geriatricians are primary care doctors who training in treating older people, especially those 65 and up. People in that age will have a problem with healthcare and need a specialized care. And geriatric doctors have training and experience needed to address this issue. Next.
Why do we choose geriatrician as a future healthcare career? First, in the future, almost every country will become an aging society, so geriatricians will be more needed. Second, people have fewer children and being single for many reasons. The birth rate nowadays are getting lower and seems to get more lower in the future. And third, our society doesn't have enough geriatricians now.
Next, what's that geriatrician do? Specifically, they concentrate on the following that have possibility to old people. First is arthritis and Alzheimer's and balance cell issue and cancer, diabetes, depression, and heart disease. Next. Geriatricians also pay more attention to your overall quality of life and goals. Their consultation may take longer because they take the time and care about all issues you may have. They also collect more information like lifestyle, family, and community-related questions to get a fuller picture of your life.
The salary of geriatricians average is $170,000 per year. And how to become a geriatrician? First, a geriatrician must first earn a bachelor's degree, and no specific degree is required to enter medical school. Second, passing the medical college admission test or MCAT is required to apply to medical school. Juniors in college can sit for this exam too. Third, a medical student will need to pass the 3 parts of the exam that test principles related to medicine patient care. Fourth, physicians, including geriatricians, are required to participate in continuing education experience to renew their medical license. These hours allow them to stay on top of current research. And this is our project about future healthcare career. Thank you for your attention and listening. It was a pleasure being here today. Thank you.
Okay, No Ng Rangsit, you did very well. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our 6th group, which is Help Me Please. Okay, please welcome them.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to give you a presentation about our perspective on the healthcare future. But first of all, do you know how important technology is nowadays?
I know the CT scan and MRI are important, but can you tell me a little bit more detail?
Yes, of course. There's a lot of benefits that come with technologies. For example, healthcare trackers, information about virus, which is a symptom and disease research, and 3D printing like CT scan and MRI, as you mentioned. And it provides more easy and effective ways for medical technologists to work their part.
Oh yes, I saw a new article about how Apple Watch saved people's life. It detects abnormal heart rate and contact emergency services for you.
Yes, that is a very useful function.
Right? It helps us with many things. Now, let's see more detail about Apple Watch.
Apple Watch helping your patient identify early warning signs. Do you guys know about Apple Watch? Apple Watch was the first of the series of new product lines launched by Tim Cook. When he launched it in September 2014, finally ushering in a new era of technologies that enters by watch wearable market. The first function is heart rate notification. Heart rate notification, Apple Watch check for usually high or low heart rate in the background, which could be sign of a serious underlying condition. This could help you and your patient identify situations which may warrant further evaluation. A second function is mobility cardio fitness. Mobility cardiovascular fitness can be strong indicator of overall physical health and predictor of long-term well-being. Apple Watch and iPhone can provide estimates of mobility metrics to give you and your patient a better understanding of how they impact mobility today and provide tools to monitor these factors over time.
And the third function, the irregular notification functions, which uses a heart sensor to detect irregular rhythms that may be suggestive of atrial fibrillations. The patients will receive a notifications and the heart data will be recorded in the app.
A patient can record their symptoms and take an ECG using the ECG apps on Apple Watch series full or later. If they have symptoms like a rapid or skipped heartbeat or receive the irregular rhythm warning, you may be able to make quicker decisions. Any symptoms are known and can be shared with a doctor by exporting them as a PDF from the health app. The patient is advised to notify emergency service right away if they observe any symptoms of dangerous ailment.
Apple Watch is now involved in many parts of life, such as health. Seen by many gymnasts use Apple Watch to detect many parts of life. Aesthetic, such as listening to music or communicating. You can keep in touch with others by Apple Watch, and it will be very useful in emergency. In addition, Apple Watch has other functions that make life more convenient, so many people can live without it.
How will Apple Watch affect people in the future? From our perspective, we think the production of this device made a huge difference. In the past, we don't know if our body is abnormal or not, except to go for a medical checkup, which when it comes to emergency like collapsing, we cannot save other people's life in time. But now, many lives are saved from this device. Apple Watch will be able to help a lot of people in the future. More function will be added, the system will be developed, such as deep sleep monitoring, medicine logging, diabetes detection. From this function, we can change our fate and order, because in just a second, the system can alert people to know that there is someone who needs help, and we can save their life in time. In the future, this will become a necessary medical device that we cannot live without.
And this is vocabulary we have learned in this project.
We appreciate your listening, and we hope that presentation will be useful for you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm so proud of you. Help me, please. Okay, and now we're gonna move to our seventh group, which is to infinity and beyond. Okay, please welcome them.
สวัสดีค่ะ I am Marisa.
And I'm Asai. We are from group to infinity
and beyond.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to present you guys about the future healthcare of cancer. Today, we will cover 3 topics in total, including what is cancer, the present cancer healthcare, and the future cancer treatment. So, not to waste our time, let's begin with getting to know the disease. Cancer, a 6-letter word of the most feared, is a disease in which cells' body divide uncontrollably and separate into other parts of the body. 1 in every 6 deaths is due to cancer, and cancer kills more than 10 million family members every year. Yet, the number of cases still keep increasing, and this has raised awareness among all people over the world. But how do we currently cure this fatal disease? Marisa will give you the answer.
Present healthcare, nowadays there are various methods of cancer treatment, including surgery, radiotherapy, immunotherapy, chemotherapy, hormonal therapy, targeted therapy, and bone marrow or stem cell transplantation. However, these methods still have some limited conditions which obstruct the cancer to be entirely cured. How about treatment in the future? Over to you, Supakan.
Thank you so much. So from our vantage point about the future healthcare for cancer, we will mainly focus on 3D bioprinting. Firstly, let me clarify you guys what is 3D bioprinting. A 3D bioprinting is in common with 3D printing, which is an additive manufacturing process. It is another advancement in medicine that can innovate human organs as needed. The distinctiveness of bioprinting is that they can replace printing materials with cells and biomaterials. So, and creating organ-like structure that let living cells multiply. One of the main applications for bioprintings is that they can replace a new and whole organs for patients in need of transplantation, especially those who are suffering from cancer. Even though nowadays 3D bioprinting is still an extension, but we do believe that it would be a solution to entirely cure the disease. So before we go another longer, let's look at the video to show you guys more easily to understand how bioprinting is working.
3D bioprinting, also just known as bioprinting, is a relatively new technology that, in theory, would allow humans to fabricate nearly any tissue or organ from scratch. The fundamental idea behind bioprinting is quite similar to that of ordinary 3D printing, in which a material, usually plastic, is printed, one layer at a time. Instead of plastic, however, bioprinters use bioink, usually composed of cells suspended in a special gel known as a hydrogel, which helps to protect, nourish, and hold the cells together. Some bioinks use a single type of cells, while others contain multiple types of cells, or multiple bioinks are used side by side, each with a different cell type.
So let's move on to another topic, which is the consequences that come after 3D bioprinting.
How it will affect the future. With this phenomenal technology, the cancer patient would be fully cured, living a normal life and extending longevity. Moreover, there will be accuracy in the procedures and would require less human tests, as the more physicians will be replaced by AI.
And consequently, this results in the decline of employment in the field of healthcare services that is mentioned earlier by Marissa. And it will finally solve or address the problem of transplant shortages. In summary, as 3D bioprinting is being more researched and progressively studied, it would be more and more accurate, safe, and would eventually become the first choice to completely cure the cancer. And finally, we would like to say that it's not about the ideas, but it's about making the ideas happen. Thank you.
Okay, you have done so well to infinity and beyond. Now we come up to the 8th group, which is หมูย่างนมสดค่ะหมูย่างนมสดหิวเลยนะคะ
Good afternoon. We are หมูย่างนมสดสัมภาษณ์สัมภาษณ์เหรอ We are หมูย่างนมสด Today we will be presenting about the development of medical technology under the heading of our perspective of the future of healthcare. Enjoy.
If we talk about the technologies that have been driving the healthcare industry through numerous advancements in disease detection, treatment, and prevention. This transformation wouldn't have happened without the massive growth of AI-driven technologies and digitization of healthcare workflow as a response to more savage global conditions, as well as the rising demand for accessible and quality medical service, and the increased needs for high-quality medical service, and it's so high priced, this shouldn't have occurred.
Healthcare providers have turned to telehealth to bridge gap when there is physical separation because of the COVID-19 epidemic. It's important to recognize the stride the healthcare sector has achieved over the previous 10 years as we consider how healthcare can develop in the future. The innovations that have improved healthcare are covered in the section below.
Here are some telehealth examples that provide a glimpse into the future of healthcare delivery. They demonstrate how telehealth may not only provide staff and patients with a more convenient experience, but also increase access to care for individuals who may otherwise have difficulties receiving it.
Telehealth refers to the use of online information and communication to manage your healthcare and receive medical treatment from a distance. Computer and mobile gadgets like tablet and smartphone are examples of technology. You might utilize this technology at home or in remote place. A nurse or other healthcare provider could offer telehealth service out of a clinic or mobile van. The use of technology by your healthcare provider to enhance or support healthcare service is known as telehealth.
Telehealth and telemedicine become more widely used in 2022, and technology for visual care appointment continue to improve beyond one-to-one doctor-patient video conferencing. And we can also hope to see technology that will respond to the rising number of patients who have problems about their mental health.
In our opinion, we think it's great. Now, telehealth becoming popular and getting a lot of attention because telehealth is solutions for long-distance treatment and facilitates people with a potential to expand access to telehealth and improve patients' outcomes. In the case of patients who has an illness but mild conditions and use telemedicine, and the result isn't a serious illness, this will make our patients more relieved and reduce anxiety. However, the best way is going to the doctor in the early stage to discuss the cause and find the roots of illness and seek treatment in a timely manner. And we hope that telehealth will continue to advance and become fully integrated into our daily lives. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, that's a great idea with หมูย่างนมสดนะคะ Okay, now we come up to our middle of the presentation. So you guys, how do you feel right now? Hungry? อดทน Okay, with the next group นะคะ six princess. We're six princess. Please welcome them on the stage ค่ะ Oh, so sorry. Six princesses. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, my group will be talking about public healthcare in the topic of genetic modification. Nowadays, public healthcare seems to be extremely developed from the past, as shown in two instances. First, mRNA vaccine, which are well known in the current circumstance, and second, genetic modification in reducing female mosquito to decrease carrier like dengue or Zika virus. The mRNA vaccine can prevent ailment and casualty of coronavirus disease by active immunity. However, Several public healthcare providers haven't yet been able to manage services and resources that can meet citizen health-related life quality, such as those caused by genetic disorder, and we can't even find a way to cure some of them yet, like Down syndrome, Cri-du-chat, Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, and achondroplasia, which are chromosomal disorder. That's why we should be genetically modified, especially since the embryo state. And next, forward to the next speaker.
In the future, there will be one kind of technology that we cannot forget to mention. Approximately 25 years later, so-called technology designer baby will exist in our world. It is a technology which is related to a baby whose genetic makeup has been selected or altered, often to include a particular gene or to remove gene associated with disease. This process usually involves analyzing a wide range of human embryo to identify genes associated with particular diseases and characteristics, and selecting embryos that have the design of genetic makeup, a process known as pre-implantation genetic diagnosis. Next, I will forward to the next speaker, Pan.
Everyone has seen that there have been some cases, but there are still limitations, which make it not widely accepted. In 2019, Chinese twins Lulu and Nana were edited as embryos. Jian Kui, an associate professor at the Southern University of Science and Technology in Shenzhen, announced through an online video that he had created the world's first genetically edited babies whose DNA is resistant to HIV infection. The technique that he used is called CRISPR, which is an editing process to alter a gene in human embryos that is then implanted back into the womb of a woman. The outcome was Lulu and Nana, who were reportedly born healthily. In the CRISPR technique, the Chinese scientists disabled a gene called CCR5. In normal circumstances, CCR5 studs the surface of white blood cells, where it acts as a receptor to signaling protein or chemokinase. In the case of HIV, which target white blood cells, the virus uses CCR5 to latch onto them and breach the membrane of white blood cells. So basically, disabling CCR5 means turning off HIV receptors. The last topic belongs to the last speaker, Jubjib.
Next advantage. First, it helps prevent common and even rare genetic diseases. Second, aid in the lowering of the risk of diseases in future generations. Third, it increases of life expectancy. Fourth, it could offer as a way to create more organ meshes. As we can see, it is evident that designer babies are indeed very beneficial. They not only allow the baby's health to be improved, but also offer more opportunities for successful organ meshes. Treat those who are unfortunately genetically disordered and allow parents to choose their favorite characteristic. Designer baby will surely be a significant key to a new, improved, and developed society. Nevertheless, there are still many limitations, such as the technology is still not well developed and the gene pool may be affected. So we all need to brainstorm and find solutions together to develop this medical technology to be the most effective. That's bring we end up of the presentation. Thank you everyone to listening.
Okay, you've done so well in this group. Okay, thank you so much. And now we're gonna move to our 10th group, which is เกาเหลาเส้นเล็กค่ะ. Please welcome เกาเหลาเส้นเล็ก to stage ค่ะปรบมือค่ะ
Good afternoon, teachers and friends. We are Gupkalaw Select. Today we will present about my perspective on the futures of healthcare. This is the outline of our work. First, we will talk about the healthcare in the past. Then we will talk about the healthcare in nowadays. After that, we will show the trends about future healthcare. And next, we will summarize about this topic. And the last one is references. Let's start with the healthcare in the past. The healthcare system evolved from a simple system of home remedies by using a natural medicine and traditional knowledge that started from the ancient time to the present. Nowadays, the pandemic undoubtedly accelerated technological advancements and adoption in healthcare. It's now easier and faster for patients to access medical services outside the hospital. It makes people convenience and accessibility.
The big consequence of the future is that health systems are able to deliver truly proactive and predictive healthcare. The first, AI-powered predictive care. AI and predictive analytics help us to understand more about the different factors in our life that influence our health, not just when we might get the flu or what medical conditions we have inherited, but things relating to what we eat, where we work, or what our local air pollution levels. There are some of the factors that are called the social determinants of health.
Second is network hospital and connected care. One of the biggest problems within healthcare today is the lack of data sharing between hospitals. Patients' data and information are not routinely shared across the medical providers, which can cause an unavoidable challenges, frustration, delay, and potentially harmful outcome for patients. It can also cause an issue for health system. Sharing of patients' data and information across medical providers will be one of the most important advancements in the next decade.
Virtual reality in healthcare. Pain management is an effective tool to combat pain and fear of pain. Medical procedure anxiety can help the patient escape from anxiety or boredom of treatment. Physical therapy and rehabilitation by using VR to help people rehabilitate. Medical training. VR is also opening up new possibility in education of future doctors. Surgical planning by link headset and interact with a VR setting created from scan of patient brain.
Due to the video presentation is not working, I'm going to take her part. Using the application for treatment, you can follow your blood sugar, blood pressure, and heart rate from the application. In addition, it is connected with hospital so doctor can check about your medical test result. It helps increase treatment adherence in the patients. If it has abnormal results, doctor will contact patients to make an appointment. And next is telemedicine. Telemedicine allows healthcare professionals to evaluate, diagnose, and treat patients in a distance. Using telecommunication technologies, it has lower cost, reduced exposure to pathogens, especially in COVID-19 pandemics. Medical access for people in rural areas and provide your patient for better access healthcare service.
As a result, the future healthcare will focus on improving healthcare quality and well-being to make sure that people can afford the healthcare services that they need by increasing access to healthcare services such as lowering costs or improving insurance coverage. And furthermore, the futures of healthcare will evolve with technology. It can help people to teach promptly. These are our references. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, เกาเหลาเส้นเล็ก you did that very well. And okay, thank you so much. And now we come up to our 11th group, which is Okay, and with group 92. Okay, please welcome them on the stage ค่ะ
ค
Good afternoon, teachers and everyone. Today we are going to present about medical technology in the future. So let's start with how does the medical technology develop affect us? Traditional healthcare systems are often criticized for their reactionary approach to medicine. Health issues are addressed only once they have developed enough to become problematic. But the development and increased accessibility of medical technology given patients the chance to treat diseases at their onset, giving them a higher chance of successful recovery. Next, importance of medical technology. The first one, medical technology supports healthcare professionals. Timely and accurate diagnostic information empowers healthcare professionals to make clinical decisions and that optimize patient outcomes. By reducing patient recovery times and surgical complication rates, the medical technology sector helps ease the pressure on healthcare professionals by reducing demand. The last, medical technology helps patients. Medical technologies enable the early and accurate diagnosis of health problems, facilitating timely intervention and improving outcomes. Innovative products can replace, repair, and sustain failing body functions, while telemedicine and connected devices allow remote monitoring of patient conditions. By accelerating recovery and keeping people healthy, modern medical technology supports people in living full and active lives.
Okay, let's begin with the first one. 3D printing for prosthodontics. 3D system delivers the industry broadest range of prosthodontic applications, together with a wide range of dental materials, validated for specified prosthodontic workflows. With 3D system portfolio of next-gen materials, dental labs and clinics have now access to digital workflows, using additive manufacturing for producing prosthodontic applications like full and partial dentures, custom tray, and try-ins. From direct printed prosthetic, casting pattern for RPDS with the next-gen 5100 direct metal printed RPDS using our direct metal printing machines, 3D system, printer, and material make it possible for laboratories and clinics to optimize the production of prosthetics.
Next is the magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI. MRI is the medical imaging techniques used in radiology for anatomical examination and body physiologies. It uses high-intensity magnetic fields and radio waves to create realistic images of the internal organ of the body. The resulting image is clearer than a CT scan. Traditionally, MRI may be limited in some patients and require a longer period of time. Now, the Philips Engineer 1.5T evolution is the latest in electromagnetic diagnostic technologies. It is a comparison technology that reduces examination time by up to 50% and also provides clear image in both 2D and 3D in all areas of anatomy. Benefits of MRI: 1. Able to provide image that distinguish between tissue clearly. This makes diagnostic more accurate. 2. Work well for brain except spinal cord. Nerves in the body, muscles, blood vessel can be examined. 3. An MRI examination doesn't cause any harm to tissue because it not use the radio waves. And the last, MRI machine can quickly detect abnormalities, allowing doctor to plan further treatments.
Next is colonoscopy. Colonoscopy is a test that allows a healthcare provider to see inside of your intestine. This procedure is done with a flexible camera called scope. This test is used to check out symptoms like bleeding, as well as look for polyps and possible signs for colon cancer. Next is the benefits of colonoscopy. First, effective in removing polyps. Polyps can turn into dangerous cancerous cells over time. Colon surgeons use a colonoscopy to detect these polyps on time and remove them before they lead to extreme situation. During the process, the doctors insert a colonoscope to examine your colon and rectum. If they found something abnormal tissues like ulcers and polyps, they remove it simultaneously during the procedures. Next is the best colon screening method. The other methods can be less costly than colonoscopy, but can be more painful in the long run. Next is quick and painless procedure. During a colonoscopy, doctor anesthetizes the patient that keeps them unaware of pain, and it takes only 3 to 4 hours of your day to meet your doctors and come back after the process. The main procedures take only 30 to 60 minutes. Additional hours are for your quick recovery after the treatment. Next is the risks of colonoscopy. First, bleeding. It is normal to see little blood in your stool if your doctor removes a polyp or take a biopsy. However, major bleedings can occur and needs treatment. While it's rare, it can be life-threatening. Next is perforation. Rarely, a colonoscopy can tear the colon wall, and you could need surgery to repair it. Next is reaction, the anesthesia or sedative. There's a chance of an adverse reactions to the drugs used during the colonoscopy.
Laparoscopic. Laparoscopy is a type of surgical procedure that allows a surgeon to access the inside of the abdomen and pelvis without having to make a large incision in the skin. This procedure is also known as keyhole surgery or minimally invasive surgery. Laparoscopy is the most commonly used in gynecoscopy. It's the study and treatment of conditions affecting the female reproductive system. Gastroenterology is the study and treatment of conditions affecting the digestive system. And urology is the study and treatment of conditions affecting the urinary system. About benefit of laparoscopic. The advantage of this technique over traditional open surgery include a shorter hospital stay and faster recovery time, less pain and bleeding after the operation, and reduces scarring.
Advantage and disadvantage about medical technology. In my opinion, during the treatment, patients with heartless and who will heal faster. Make the treatment quick and effective. Can detect the disease and know the result quickly. But the cost of treatment is expensive from examination and treatment due to the use of effective technology, so it is expensive. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.
Okay, you did very well with wall, Okay, now we come up to our 12th group, which is Powerpuff Girls in 691. Please welcome Powerpuff Girls to the stage ค่ะ
Good afternoon, everyone. As you guys know, COVID-19 patients are increasing day by day and still counting. We would like to introduce you digital healthcare. Digital healthcare is about multidisciplinary concepts that include concepts from intersection between technology and healthcare. Digital health applies digital transformation to the healthcare field, incorporating software, hardware, and service. Digital health includes mobile health apps, electronic health record, electromedical records, wearable device, telehealth, telemedicine, as well as personalized medicine. The table of contents is 1. AI, 2. Telemedicine, 3. Blockchain, 4. Robotic surgery, and 5. Internet of Medical Things.
The first one is artificial intelligence is reshaping healthcare and its use is becoming a reality in many medical fields and specialties. AI, machine learning, ML, natural language processing, NLP, and deep learning, DL. Enable healthcare stakeholders and medical professionals to identify healthcare needs and solutions faster with more accuracy using data patterns to make informed medical or business decisions quickly. How AI works? AI is able to analyze large amounts of data stored by healthcare organizations in the form of image, clinical research traits, and medical claims, and can identify patterns and insights often untestable by manual human skill sets. Example of AI in healthcare. AI support medical imaging analysis. Second, AI analyze unstructured data. Third, AI use data collect for predictive analytics. And the last one, AI contribute to cancer research and treatment, especially in radiation therapy.
Next is telemedicine. Telemedicine allows healthcare professionals to evaluate, diagnose, and treat patients at a distance using telecommunications technology. Telemedicine involves the use of electronic communications and software to provide clinical services to patients without an in-person visit. Telemedicine technology is frequently used for follow-up visits, chronic conditions management, medication management, specialist consultation, and other clinical services that can be provided through secure video and audio connections. Here are some examples. One, medical imaging that is used to view the human body in order to treat medical conditions. Video consultation that enables to provide consultation through video. Remote medical diagnosis and evaluations. Teletreatment, using technology like remote-operated medical robots to speed up the time of treatment. Medication management is a strategy for engaging with patients to create a complete medication.
Blockchain is a database that is shared among the nodes of a computer network. The innovation with the blockchain is currently the security.
Applying blockchain technology to public health, like electronic health record or EHR, will be in encrypted form. The owner of the data will hold a private key that can give the permission to their healthcare provider.
Okay, next is robotic surgery. Robotic assisted surgery. This means surgical procedures that are complicated or in hard to reach place can be done precisely, safely, and more effectively. The surgical incision is small. Robot loss recover quickly and help reduce complications after surgery. Example, robot accident surgery for prostate cancer, that only in the case of stage 1 or 2. The robot assisted surgery also allows that surgeon to see a realistic 3D image, making it 10 times clearer than the normal human eyes. This will reduce the danger of various nerve damage or damage to the nerve that are causes the prostate gland.
The Internet of Medical Things is the collection of medical devices and applications that connect to healthcare IT systems through online computer networks. Medical devices equipped with Wi-Fi allow the machine-to-machine communication that is the basic of Internet of Medical Things. Internet of Medical Things devices linked to cloud platforms such as Amazon Web Service, on which capture data can be stored and analyzed. Internet of Medical Things is also known as Healthcare Internet of Things. Example of Internet of Medical Things include remote patient monitoring of people with chronic or long-term conditions, tracking patients' medication order and the location of patients admitted to hospitals, and patients' wearable mHealth device, which can send information to caregivers, infusion pumps that connect to analytics dashboards, and hospital bed rigs, which sensor that measure patients' vital signs, are medical devices that can be converted to or deployed as Internet of Medical Things technology.
Thank you.
Okay, you have done a great job with Powerpuff Girls. Thank you so much, Powerpuff Girls group. Okay, now we move on to the next group, which is Alexa. Section 93. Okay, welcome Alexa to the stage. Ka.
Hello everyone, we are Alexa team and today we are going to talk about our perspective on the future of healthcare.
Medical technology. Healthcare business is a business that relates to everything. Technology about healthcare 10 years ago and nowadays it is different because it has been more developed. In the future, there will be more development in technology about healthcare. Today, we are going to talk about some example about technology of healthcare that is related to surgery and their tendency in the future are as follows.
VR surgery. VR surgery is the technology that assists the surgeon in the operation rooms. With 3D vision. Medical imaging has radically evolved over past few decades, with advances in ultrasonography, MRIs, and more. Until recently, though, image display on 2D monitor hadn't changed much since 1950s. With VR and AR, surgeons now have pre-surgery access to 3D images of eyes, hearts, knee joints, and lots else. And this is the examples of heart surgery. Heart is complicated 3D organ, and it's really hard to describe what's going on inside of it, especially when something is going wrong. But if user put on the VR headset and handheld remote control, you can control it and rotate it, open it, and inspect its different pieces, including the various heart defects. Also, they can teleport inside the heart to see the interior of hearts, chambers, and vessels, and to watch the circulation of blood throughout the heart. And next, Ms. Jiranan will talk about the 3D printing.
3D bioprinting. 3D bioprinting is used for the development of new surgical casting and drill guides, prosthetics, as well as the creation of patient-specific replicas of bones, organs, and blood vessels. 3D printing is technology which produces organs or cells. This is due to the requirement for maximum similarity between growth factor and biological elements that mirror natural tissue. In essence, tissue-like structures are created by layer 3D printing using metals like bioinks. And next, in the future, we speculate the nerve may be connected to organ from 3D printing, which will make it possible to use like a real organ. This method has been used in studies and trials around the world. It will lead tissue engineer and medical team to future success. Next, over to Papangon.
DNA personalized medication. Everyone knows that you all have one of a kind. It isn't just your eye, smile, or wish for diseases, but the but the ways you respond to medicine are also unique. Medicine that work well for some people may not help you at all. They might even cause some problems. So we think that if it would be better if a treatment or preventive care could be designed suitable just for you. The decision about whether to get a particular genetic test can be complicated. The genetic tests are now available for about 2,500 diseases, and that number keeps growing. Your doctor might advise you to get tested for specific genetic diseases if they tend to run in your family, or if you have certain symptoms. So in the future, we expect that DNA personalized medication can use with all of diseases. Next, Ms. Vutikamon will summarize.
In summary, VR surgery and DNA personalized medication and 3D bioprinting can all help us in the future. Not only that we have said above, but also our technology in the future will invent more and our expectancy of life will be more improved. Thank you for your kind listening.
Okay, you have done so well. Alexa, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much, Alexa. And now we come up to our 14th group, which is Bio. please welcome Biao onto stage. Biao, okay.
Okay, so first of all, good afternoon everyone here. We are Group BL and today we are going to present all of you about the 3D bioprinting. Like what is it, how is it important to us, the pros and cons of it, and our opinion to this innovation. So let's get started. "3D bioprinting is a technology where bio-inks mixed with living cells are printed in 3D to construct natural tissue like three-dimensional structure. But currently, this technology can be used in many various research areas, such as tissue engineering and new drug development."
What inspired us to choose this topic? Because we think that 3D bioprinting would be more important to the future medical world that would reduce insufficient organ problem and meet the increasing demand of patients all over the world without having to wait and to prevent patient transplant rejection. Because 3D bioprinting would be able to bring replacement organ for them.
Before we had 3D bioprinting machines, if we had an accident, some organ is damaged and cannot be used, the usual method we use is to attempt repairs. If it cannot be repaired, it must be replaced. It may be waiting to accept the organ from other people.
But there is a chance that the organ is not compatible with our bodies. The next method is organ culture, where tissues of our organ or those that may be compatible with our bodies are cultured to become the organs we need. Combining the organ culture concept with the advantages of 3D print, which can produce complex 3D images, 3D bioprinting is achieved, which is use of bio-inks or material that can be molded and assembled with organ cells.
Now we are going to talk about advantage and disadvantage of 3D bioprinting. Advantage of 3D bioprinting are first, allow mimicking the real structure of desired tissue or organ, possibility to revolutionize future medical treatment capability, possible creation of patient-specific and organ-specific treatment, effect of drugs can be examined more accurately, decrease animal testing, biocompatibility with human cell and tissue, automating complex processes, and consistency less human error.
Next is disadvantage of 3D bioprinting. 1. Pricing and expensive technology. 2. Complexity. 3. Maintaining cell environment can be difficult. 4. Ethical concerns. And 5. Energy consumption.
So in our opinion, is 3D bioprinting good? We believe that 3D bioprinting can help prevent transplant rejection, which is the main problem in organ transplantation because the material used in 3D bioprinting are deforming cells from patients. Moreover, this innovation may be able to be used in curing the disabled in the future. Even though 3D bioprinting is such a brand new technology, it is affordable. The capital needed for organ transplantation is around $300,000, but one needed for 3D bioprinting is just around $10,000, said the National Foundation for Transplants in the USA. In the future, we believe that the expenses for 3D bioprinting will possibly decrease. For these reasons, the medical professionals and researchers are now trying to invent many new technologies which are usable in curing people. As bioprinting evolves, it will become possible to use patients' own cell to 3D print skin and bone grafts, organ patches, and even full replacement organs. Personalized and regenerative medicines continues to grow in popularity, and 3D bioprinting will give doctors and researchers the tools to better target the treatments and improve patients' outcome.
So that's it for our 3D bioprinting presentation. Thank you so much. We sincerely appreciate your interest and your attention. Thank you.
Okay, that's a great idea. เบี้ยวนะคะ Okay, thank you so much. Group เบี้ยว And now we come up to the 15th group, which is ฮกปิ๊บ ฮกปิ๊บ Okay. So welcome ฮกปิ๊บ to the stage ค่ะ
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the future of healthcare. So let's get started. And here are the members of our group.
Our perspective on the future of healthcare. Technology and database are playing an increasingly important role in our life today, making us more accessible and comfortable. In the future of medicine, technology will be more and more involved, enabling the development of medical devices by leaps and bounds. Survival rates also improve with the advent of more modern medical equipment. In addition, various medical knowledge is deepened.
The future of health technology is entering a new era, with researchers, innovators, and legislators are working to improve accessibility, effectiveness, and cost of care. The future of untapped health technologies, such as hospital, clinics, and pharmacy, is turning to the virtual world. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and health data application will play a role in our life. Many factors are involved in implementing and enforcing a chain of healthcare. Complex and slow to change are an obvious factor, but environmental and technological also contribute a chain of healthcare too.
Let's talk about the future of dental health care. Among the most significant changes will occur in the scope of clinical dental practice. This is largely due to anticipated shifts in patient demographics, provider availability, and advancement in science and technology. Future dentists will maintain their role as experts on diseases of the oral cavity. However, their responsibilities will change and increase as they observe the interaction between oral and systemic health. Dental education, therefore, must reflect the changing role of the dentist. Next is shaping the future of dentistry. The COVID-19 pandemic underlines the need for digital model transformation for the entire dental industry. This causes a change in dentistry in the future.
And in the future, the use of technology will increase and assume even more important. The advances of digital to maintain the overall consumer experience and increase the convenience of the dental practice. More specifically, online communication to provide the dentist the opportunity to monitor their patient treatment progress and address any question in the beginning stage. The extra capacity that's created by a digital dentistry given the opportunity to not only stabilize their business, but it is also help to create omnichannel or business strategy approach to the dental consulting. This helps to manage time and deliver remote patient care to the patient.
And here are some ways that AI will change the future of the healthcare. The first one is patient and staff in the hospital will get better experience. Since we believe that AI-powered predictive healthcare network can reduce wait times of the patient while they are queuing in the hospitals and improve staff workflows and also take on the ever-growing administrative burden of staff in the hospital. And the more that AI is used in the clinical practices, the more clinicians are going to trust it. And also, if the clinicians trust it, the AI will be in charge of diagnosis and surgery, but under the management of clinicians. And the second one is cutting human errors. Another way that AI can help hospitals is to prevent death due to human errors. According to the statistic of the US, there were 250,000 people who died from preventable human errors. And thank you for listening, and we hope you have a great day.
Okay, you must have been practicing with Hok Beep. Okay, and now we come up to the 16th group, which is โหนกระแสค่ะ
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Dear my professor and my friends, today we are going to present about our perspective toward the future healthcare, and this is our members. Hello, my name is Wan Namwong Siri.
My name is Puvamet Pongsidayotin.
My name is Nanon Kapijit.
My name is Pashala Phekayangkun.
My name is Asara Chanasanantawadi.
Okay, so during the past 10 years, many people have started to use online services like food delivery and online shopping to electronic devices such as mobile phone or laptop. And this technology does not only necessary for people daily life, but also help in the field of healthcare businesses by providing an easier way to classify patient sicknesses, medicine, and many more into sections. in which we present you some example of technology that have been put into use.
For the first example is liposome technology, which has been applied in supplement industry due to we begin to show the signs of aging when our body natural of antioxidant becomes depleted. Using standard over-the-counter supplement to restore youthful looks can be a worthless effort because most of the ingredients generally get destroyed during the digestive process, and it's simply impossible to eat enough antioxidant-rich food to fight the fight of aging. Nowadays, there are so many supplements that combine youth-restoring antioxidant delivered through advanced liposomal technology for optimal absorption, assimilation, and performance from the inside out. The essential features and benefits of liposome technology are they increase the absorption of vitamins and active ingredients they carry. This is their comparative advantage over other dietary supplements such as tablets and capsules, in which the absorption is incomplete. Additionally, liposomal technology does not use additives such as gluten, binders, coating, fillers, sugars, color, and flavors to facilitate packing or ingestion.
So, other than that, technology are being used to help medical assistant in many ways. Like many of you might have heard about AI or artificial intelligence. This is the use of technology like to analyze or predict what it will happen in the future. When we put AI to good use in terms of this diagnosis, like it can tell what disease of this patient is likely to have or what condition it has in the future. For example, like an X-ray. Like once we get the result, when we get the results, the medical team will look at the films and where the lung have the melanoma, or whether or not there's a bone fractures, like which bring AI to the aid at this point. The technology is reduced, like the personnel works, so it allows us to analyze the data that it contains. So using AI, it can be used in varieties of ways. So the first one is about the AI of pre-operative planning. The pre-operative planning is where surgeons plan the surgical procedures on the basis of the existing medical records, and imaging is essential for the success of a surgery. So our researchers highlight 4 routine tasks based on medical imaging that involve AI technique anatomical. So first one is classifications, next detection, segmentation, and registration.
And the second category of AI is that AI for intraoperative guidance. Like as you can see, surgical trauma is reduced through minimally invasive surgery, which is now progressively combined with robotic assistance. So computer-aided intraoperative guidance has always been a cornerstone of MIS. So in line with this, learning strategies has been extensively integrated into the development of intraoperative guidance to provide an enhanced visualization and localization in surgery. And as you can see here, there are 4 main areas that involve AI techniques. And the first one is shape instantiation. The second one is endoscopic navigation, tissue tracking, and the last one is augmented reality. And let's moving on to the next one, which is the last category of AI or artificial intelligence, which is AI for surgical robotics by virtue of the development of AI technique. Surgical robots can achieve superhuman performance during MIS. The objective of AI is to boost the capability of surgical robotic systems in perceiving complex involvable environments, conducting decision-making, and performing the desired task with increased precision, safety, and efficiency. The common AI techniques used for robotic and autonomous systems can be summarized in 4 aspects: perception, which is localization and mapping, system modeling and control, and the last one is human-robot interaction.
Okay, how would a technological change affect future healthcare? Other industries have developed their technological progressive as well. Then let's move on to healthcare and medical medical profession. The most obvious thing that has become one important factor of medical field is bringing technology that can work with people or reduce human labor, like AI system. If could make patient management of hospital easily in the future, the patient would change their acts because they have a telemed for people who don't want to go to hospital and make more convenient. Another essential thing is liposome technology. Liposome technology that can change supplement and medical industry better with the optimal absorption, assimilation, and performance from inside out of feature and benefit. According to those reasons, most of the founders have to be more interested in their technology to apply their industry to develop future healthcare. Thank you.
Okay, I'm so proud of you โหนกระแสกรุ๊ปนะคะ very good. Okay, now we come up to the last group, but anyway, last but not least. Okay, everyone, please welcome T Dragon to the stage ค่ะ T Dragon.
Hello everyone. Today we will present about future of healthcare. What is a robot? A robot is a machine, especially one that is programmable by a computer that can autonomically complex operation. The robot can be controlled by an external controller, or maybe there's a control embedded within. Robots are built to be operational machines, which has been designed with an emphasis on resolute functionality rather than expressing aesthetic. Type of robot: surgical robot, robotic surgery, also known as robotic surgeries, allows doctors to perform many types of complex procedures with greater precision, flexibility, and control than can be achieved with conventional technique. Dental robot. Manual robot can deliver deals that are safer and more accurate than conventional dentistry. Advances in autonomous robotics in implant dentistry are emerging.
How does it help medicine better? Using robotics in the medical field enable a high level of patient care, efficient process in clinical setting, and a safe environment for patients and healthcare workers.
The first advantage of robot is accuracy because the robot think and calculate through the computer system, making it more accurate than a human. The second advantage of robot is they are not as tired as human, therefore no error caused by fatigue.
High-resolution robots use computer to control them, so it will work directly at the point that we want and less mistakeable. Work fast, robot can be tried so it can work at the same pace and get faster if we develop it.
The disadvantage of robot, first of all, is that the robot is very expensive compared to human labor because robots are still new innovative, they are expensive. The second disadvantage of the robot is that it is unable to perceive the sensation of the patient as it does not have human-like sensation.
Need energy to run the engine. Robot use energy like electricity battery. If we don't have energy, like we are in the forest, so robot can be used. And need renovation. Robot is a machine. It can be broken or the system can be crushed, so they will need renovation to get work normally.
Innovators from the medical device
It is
industry and
example of
researchers
use
around the
of
world
robot.
are working on a vision. This vision is to have access to advanced medical robotic devices that will improve the outcomes of patients. At KUKA, we are there to... What will medicine look like in the future? How can patients benefit from innovative technology? Will the interface between physicians and patients change? Many of us have the vision that robotics will play a role in this future. Transforming ideas into a product requires a strong focus.
Thank you.
Okay, you've done so well, T-Dragon. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have done our final presentation for today. And every group, you have done a great job for today. Okay, now I would like to invite Assistant Professor Dr. Ubon Sanpachayapong to give a closing speech with this presentation. Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Ajahn Ubon Sanpachayapong, Deputy Director for Administration of the Life. I'm very Ubon Sanpachayapong, Deputy Director for Administration of the Life. I'm very happy, even though this is the end of your presentation. I have to say, wow! I have to say this because you did very well, and I am very impressed by your presentation. I'm also very hopeful that in the future we will have professional dentists. You are very good example of all the students on campus. I am very sure that you have done a lot of rehearsals, references, and prepare yourself for today. And also I am very hopeful that in the future we will have more and more good and professional people like you. Also, even though this is the end of the show, but the show in your life, a journey to the dentist, is still a long way. I would like you to remember that today you have done a very good job. Make them better and make your better best. Thank you. All the best.
Okay, so now we come up to the final part, our presentation today. So does anyone have a question? No ดูรีบเนาะดูรีบนะจ๊ะโอเครีบเก็บกระเป๋านะจ๊ะสำหรับคะแนนใดๆนะจ๊ะอาจารย์ประจำห้องของเราแต่ละท่านนะคะเดี๋ยวจะแจ้งรายละเอียดในลำดับขั้นตอนต่อไปทางกรุ๊ปไลน์นะคะให้เด็กๆคีปคอนแทคกับอาจารย์ไว้นะคะอย่าเบลอนะจ๊ะโอเคถ้าไม่มี question ใดๆแล้วก็ thank you so much and you have done a great job for today bye bye and see you later ค่ะ